Alright folks, we are back. It is now time for me to begin case number 46 in the World Edition. It is now open. Thanks to Nick, Nico, and Aurelia. Total eclipse of the heart. Okay. Marshal Mounty, the murder of Sombra's high-placed ally, the president of Luzagwe, has given us a window of opportunity we must seize. If Sombra managed to take control of an entire country through its president, who knows what else El Rey has planned. But luck is on our side. Adolfo Herrera is supposed to meet up with the Sombra agent in Machu Picchu today, and they've got no idea he's dead. And that's where Jack comes into action. He will disguise himself as Herrera and go with you to the rendezvous point to meet that Sombra agent. No problem, Chief. Already getting into my disguise. I'm expecting your very best. This meeting could tell us more about Sombra's next moves and El Rey's plans for the future. Mounty, this could be interesting. There's a solar eclipse today. We better get to the Sombra agent before they disappear into the shadows. I just had a thought, Matthew. We have no idea what the Sombra agent looks like. It could be anybody at Machu Picchu. And the eclipse has already begun. If we don't make contact soon, we might miss this chance to learn about Sombra's next move. Matthew, there's a woman approaching us. She could be the Sombra messenger. Greetings, Presidente. The Condor greets the sun with a radiant heart. Greetings and salutations. Ahem. I said the Condor greets the sun with a radiant heart. Someone left the cake out in the rain? What? Wait a minute, you're not El Presidente. Who are... Oh my god. Ugh. What was that noise? Matthew, what happened? Matthew, someone just killed the Sombra agent? Matthew, are you still there? I can't see anything. Oh my god. Matthew, this is a disaster. Someone took advantage of the eclipse to kill the Sombra agent, and by now the murderer must be long gone. You're right. We need to pick up the body and have a look around the crime scene. I'll get this disguise off and join you.
This was a nice little town once. It was the father of this world. Even the capital, as much as I would sure
I don't have the kind of help that I would like to, but that's okay. But let's see here. Fix its body.
Would you like French or champagne? Always entertain dropping in so lavish.
I can't believe this. One minute we're talking to this Sombra agent, and the next some giant gold knife suddenly appears in her chest. Somebody must have thrown it, but who? And how do they do it without sunlight to see by? I guess he found a photo of some kind, but what are those little black things all over it? Think you can collect a sample? Jack! I see you're playing detective again. Asal? What a coincidence! We have another dead person on our hands and you magically appear from out of nowhere. Save the speculation, Jack. The victim in question is Zoila Juanca, and I had eyes on her. Oh, you did? Well, you better tell Matthew more about that, Asal. We'll start the autopsy right now, and we will see how this works out. So for now, I'm gonna get some stars and sit tight. Okay, I have 10 stars. I'll take the photo first.
How do you feel?
Got it. Matthew, there was a picture of the victim hiding under those black seeds. And look, someone wrote a note, Target, Zwyla Huanca, right on the picture. Someone was following the victim and, from the looks of it, she knew. You're right, this photo must belong to the killer. Let's get these seeds or whatever they are to Lars on the double.
Ready? Answer that one. Okay.
3 hours. Now let's find out what Asal knew. So, Asal, what's the deal? A somber messenger is killed during an eclipse and you just happen to be here? Give me a break. Please. Mossad knew that Huanca was passing messages from somber leadership to President Herrera long before you did. We were keeping tabs on her. And did you just happen to get an order to kill her too? That's just your style. No, she was more useful to us alive. We were working on following her up the chain to somber leadership. But this is the Bureau's murder investigation now, I suppose. I'll give you a little hint to help you on your way. Marshal Mounty doesn't need your stupid hints, Asal. Oh, really? I just thought you'd find it interesting that Zwyla Huanca always took the bus up the mountain. I thought you might like to see the last place before she was murdered. That's really sporting of you, but don't think you're off the hook for a second. You knew who the victim was, and you were here at the time of the murder, so you're in the suspect pool. Again. Can you believe Asal, Matthew? The nerve of her, giving us a hint. Please. But you're right, it's a good hint. We should go check out the bus stop. If the victim was there, the killer was probably there too. Clay vase.
That's right.
And stay down. The match the light of that front there.
What do you mean? Spades on your
As you can
shirt.
see, I did 3 stars already, so I'm pretty close to being done.
I'm confiscating this bag.
5th.
And you're coming with me down there.
No, just a minute, Sheriff. I had some red wine toasted. Our guys is right here.
Where's Ross Corbin's mess?
He lost it.
So, Mounty, that bus wasn't a dead end, wasn't it?
He didn't point his
So, Mounty, that bus was a dead end, wasn't it? I knew Asal would play us. Now all we're left is one of those ear flap hats, as if that's going to tell us anything. Alright, the hat does look like something the victim could have worn. I guess we can take a sample of the hair just in case. And you also found some torn paper. Good point. It could be a map or something else helpful, but we can't know for sure until you piece it back together. And look at that pottery. Doesn't the motif painted on it seem familiar? It looks almost exactly like the S in the Sombra insignia. I'm not sure what Sombra would be doing with a vase, but I agree. We'd better dust it for fingerprints. Okay, time for my helping of humble pie. The bus stop wasn't a bad lead. Crack on, Matthew. Okay, let's give it a try.
The sheriff has finished setting folks against them. It'll be hard as hell to find an emotional jury. Folks in this town are like sheep.
We got 9.
As for the sheriff, it's personal.
This looks like an aerial view of Machu Picchu, and there's an X over the spot where the victim was killed. A note on the photo says, if found, please return to Jorge Precio, Name Lap Observatory. Observatory, huh? Observatory of what exactly? So this Precio guy's probably still nearby, Matthew. Time to question another suspect. I know. As soon as I finish this, I'm going home. Mr. Precio, Marshall Matthew found your photo. What's so important at this spot that you needed to mark it with an X? It's only a photo of one of the most amazing places to experience a solar eclipse in the southern hemisphere. So you were at Machu Picchu for the solar eclipse? Why? That's fairly obvious. Name Lap Observatory? I'm an astronomer. But when I arrived at Machu Picchu, that spot was occupied, I believe, by you two and the young woman who lost her life. Truly, please let me know if I can help you with anything in the future. We appreciate your interest. Marshall Matthew will be in touch as more develops. Peruvian hat. You got a hair sample from the hat. You know, Lars is going through a lot right now. Think you can run the hair sample from the hat under the microscope and see who it belonged to? Not a problem, Archer. I got 8. Victim's DNA. So this hair did belong to the victim, which means the hat did too. But where do we go from here, Matthew? Right, the tag could tell us who sold this hat to our victim. It reads, Fine Woolen Goods by Amaru Condor, Machu Picchu. Great, we landed ourselves another suspect. Let's go question this Amaru Condor about the victim. Amaru Condor, did you sell this hat to the woman who died here today? I did. She said she needed to buy a gift for someone, but she tried it on herself. How well did you know the victim? She was a regular to the site, dressed like a local, but she was not from here. We all knew her by sight, but she never spoke much to any of us. There was something off about her, but she was nice enough. Terrible accident. It wasn't an accident, Mr. Condor. She was murdered. A murder? Well, I didn't have anything to do with that. I just sold her a hat. Mr. Condor, you're not in trouble. Yet. But stick around. Marshall Matthew may need to question you again. Clay vase. There we are. Oh, almost. Looks like there were fingerprints all over the top of the vase. I bet you can find a match in the database. Let's see. I hope we're not going to be in for a surprise this case. Not as much as finding out Angela was the mole. still got the 9. Solstice Spirit. So, the fingerprints on the vase belong to a certain Solstice Spirit. What the heck kind of name is that? Solstice Spirit. Maybe that's why the S motif is all over it, but it still looks like a Sombra S to me. You're right, we'll find out soon enough. Let's go ask this Solstice Spirit about that vase. Okay. Let's finish this out. About the suspicious vase. I think I'm just gonna have enough. Solstice Spirit, Marshall Matthew was intrigued by this vase of yours. Yes, I was intrigued by the vase too. That's why I bought it. The symbol was entirely new to me. I couldn't recognize it, and I know my symbols. Yeah, we've been wondering about that symbol too. Well, do you at least recognize this woman? She was murdered during the eclipse. Oh no, bad energy. I knew this was going to happen. I saw it in a dream. In a dream? You predicted the murder? No, I saw a condor struck with a piece of gold, and it fell and landed right where that poor woman was killed. Machu Picchu is one of the major energy vortices on the planet. A solar eclipse here is a major spiritual event. For a murder to occur after that dream, bad energy. Uh-huh. Well, let us know if you have any more far-out dreams, Solstice, and we'll let you know if Marshall Matthew needs to question you again. Okay, that's gonna do. I'll have all the stars collected by the end of business. By the time 2 of these are done, so I'll see you all then. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the autopsy from Grace. Matthew, the weapon that was used to kill the victim was pretty impressive. The murder weapon is a tumi. Golden tumis were used by ancient Incan rulers to represent the knife used during sacrifices. They were symbols of rank and authority. Careful, Grace. Jonah's going to think you're after his job. Well, Jonah couldn't have told you that what I'm about to. I studied where the weapon entered the victim's body. And given the tumi's angle of entry, my calculations showed that the killer threw the tumi with their right hand. So the killer is right-handed. Take note, Matthew. Get the cuffs on the right wrist first. Black seeds? Hey guys, I took a look at the sample you sent me from the crime scene. Knock knock. Who's there? Chilly out, dude. Lars, that was almost funny. You're almost back to your old self. Oh, you know me. I can't help myself. Back to business. The seeds you found on the victim's photo turn out to be from the Rocoto chili. On the Scoville scale, the scale that measures the spiciness of chili peppers, they range up to 250,000 SHU. So, that's a hot chili, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, crazy spicy. I mean, it won't kill you like other chilies might, but it might clean you out. So the killer has heartburn? Very probably, but all we really know for sure is that the killer eats Rocoto chilies. Well, if the killer eats super hot chilies, maybe they'll be glad to know that Matthew's about to turn up the heat. Well, Matthew, so far I feel like we're striking out here. We expected to gather intelligence from a Sombra agent, but as usual, nothing went as planned. I still can't believe we were right there when the killer threw the tumi into Zuila Juanca's chest. So far, the suspects just seem to be nuts. I mean, that Solstice Spirit lady and her energy vortices. Jorge Precios just seems like a wacky astronomer, but did you notice that he wears a watch on his left wrist? That means he's right-handed, just like the killer. No, my money's on Asal. She's killed before in the line of duty. She wouldn't hesitate to do it again if she was told to do so. Matthew, I have some good, well, potentially good news. I was searching through local files for any sign of El Rey that I could find. And I think I found his house. You found El Rey's house? We'll have to find out what the news is in Chapter 2. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Chapter 2 of Total Eclipse of the Heart, Case 46 in the World Edition. Well, Matthew, so far I feel like we're striking out here. We expected to gather intelligence from a somber agent, but as usual, nothing went as planned. I still can't believe we were right there when the killer threw the Tumi into Zuila Juanca's chest. Matthew, I have some good, well, potentially good news. I was searching through local files for any sign of El Rey that I could find, and I think I found his house. El Rey's house? How on earth can you tell? It's called Hacienda del Rey. You know, criminal masterminds, their egos always get the best of them. The place was turned into a fancy bed and breakfast a few years back. But if El Rey ever lived there, we might find a lead, the best we've had in a while. We have to check this hacienda out. Okay then, let's see. Let's see if I can go for the first star. Lock smartphone and shield. Got the first star. Great. This hacienda place is pretty swank. I could see the leader of Sombra living here at some point. Did you find anything interesting? I wonder whose smartphone this could be. Well, Elliot did say that this place was a bed and breakfast now, so lots of people come through here. You should definitely unlock that. Likewise with that wallet. I guess you'll have to look through it and find out who it belongs to. First of all, I have 4 OJs from playing this game on my tablet. Let's do everything now. New 1QK 05P. There we are. You unlocked the smartphone in no time, but there's nothing to help us identify its owner. I bet Elliot can reveal its secrets. Okay, 6 hours. And the wallet. Got the 9. Folded paper. What did you find in that old wallet? Nothing but bills and a folded piece of paper. Well, Matthew, looks like a page from the magazine Llama's Monthly. If you trust your gut, so do I. I'll grab your dusting kit and we'll see what you find on that paper. So that magazine was a word find? What's so special about that? The words that are circled don't even make any sense. I mean, look at this. Inti, Ankui, Ramapana, Urpi, Shumat. It's like the person was just circling made up words because they were bored. Well, you have a point, Matthew. If it is a language, DuPont will know it. Let's get the word find over to him. $6 also. Okay. And I'll get the results a little later. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, we're back. I'm going to speed up the smartphone. And I'll go ahead and... actually, you know what? I'll just look at it now. Matthew, the smartphone you brought me belonged to a man called Claudio Aguirre. He's a musicologist. He seems to have arrived in Peru recently to record old people singing and to stalk the victims. This Claudio guy was stalking Zuela Huanca? Well, it's the only explanation I can find for his phone being filled with pictures of her. We need to go talk to this Claudio Aguirre guy, Matthew, and ask why he has photos of the victim in his phone. Oh, I muted it. Let's see. Mr. Aguirre, Marshal Matthew found your phone. I was wondering where it went. I've only been at the hacienda for a week and already I lost my phone. My monkey must have hidden it, the little rascal. Well, I don't imagine that the monkey took all the photos of the woman who was killed at Machu Picchu today. Yes, I heard about her. So sad. For the photos, what can I say? She was beautiful. I fell for her the minute she arrived here at the hacienda yesterday. As we were both staying here, I made us a dinner of stuffed rocoto chilies, but she said they were too intense for her. The monkey finished her plate. Now just to think I'll never see her again. It breaks my heart. There are so many songs in the world, but none describe how sad this feels. Well, don't go too far afield trying to find the perfect tune. Marshal Matthew may need to question you again.
Jay told me it was something silly, nothing more. Anyway, Steve and I were sitting outside the car talking when it was the man went to the door.
And the word find? Bonjour, les amis. I must say that I was very excited to see the word find you sent to me for analysis. You really need to get out more, DuPont. And you need to learn another language, Junho. The words circled in this word find are in Quechua. Quechua what? Quechua, Mr. Archer, is one of the indigenous languages of Peru. But this puzzle is so much more. It's code. The first two words circled means solar eclipse. The next word means bus. And the last three words state very specifically, remove pigeon woman. Pigeon woman? Yes, pigeon as in messenger pigeon, I imagine. Wasn't your victim a somber agent who passed messages? Alright, so we have a solar eclipse, bus, and remove pigeon woman. You're right, Matthew. This message was either created by or left for our killer, and that means the killer knows Quechua. And now we have confirmation that the killer knew that the victim would be going to Machu Picchu by bus. We better take another look at that bus stop. Okay, let's see. Victim's backpack. Turtle. Steve. Crystal skull. Dreamcatcher. Seems like the bus stop held some major clues for us, Matthew. That backpack's got the victim's name on it. You're bound to learn more rummaging through that. And is that skull made of crystal? Well, I'll admit it's cool, and someone's written on it. I'll get the dusting kit.
Just before 8, the film I went to catch started at 8:30.
Miss Dawson was alone at home when you left.
Yes, she was still working. She never stopped. Apparently she was watching television. Yeah, she used to catch up on the news and return film class when she was in the town.
Well, thanks, Miss Parrish. If there's anything else, we'll be in touch.
Sorry guys, tablet ran out of room. How the heck did our victim's name end up on this crystal skull? And what are all these weird symbols? Good point. Maybe we could ask that kooky solstice spirit. She said she knew her symbols. Maybe she can explain what this all means. What all this means. About the crystal skull? Solstice spirit, we've come seeking a little assistance with the crystal skull Marshal Matthew found. You moved the crystal skull? Why? It was at a very important energy stream node. So you admit to having placed the skull where we found it. Why is the victim's name on it? What do these symbols mean? It's a vessel, Marshal Matthew, for her energy. What traces of it remain in the area? The symbol is simply made from the letters of her name, so that Zwyla can complete her journey. Could this be a mood to assuage any guilty feelings you might be having? Why would I feel guilty? I have been trying to help her. I try to tell her about the ancient ways, about how she should respect the energy vortices and their power. To help, I even offered to join her in a Rokoto chili cleanse, but she couldn't care less. It's so sad when someone doesn't understand their own culture, but I guess the ancient ones taught her a lesson. And maybe you help the ancient ones teach Zwyla a lesson, Solstice. The evidence won't lie. Stick to your current wavelength. We may be back. Energy, Jorge Precio. You found Jorge Precio's observatory badge in the victim's backpack? Why would Zwyla have that geeky astronomer's badge? You're right, Matthew. We better contact Mr. Precio and ask him what the heck is going on here. Jorge Precio, when Marshal Matthew first questioned you, we had the impression that you didn't know the victim. It seems she knew you. We found your badge in her backpack. Very well. I guess my cover as an astronomer is completely blown now. Zwyla found my badge and figured out I wasn't who I was pretending to be. As the locals say in Quechua, Tuke Suwan Ilapanmi Suwanin. A thief thinks everyone else is also a thief. Well, a spy in this case. Wait, you're saying you're a spy? I'm with MI6. My real name is Price. George Price. You've got to be kidding. MI6? The British International Intelligence Service? Does that mean you were tailing the victim too? So you're also after Sombra. Sombra? I'm afraid I don't know what or who that might be, old chap. No, our interests were more with the president of Uruguay. I had an assignment to kidnap him during his trip to Machu Picchu, but I've since learned that he was murdered, so that's me out. Just as well, I'm starting to develop acid reflux from all the rocoto chilies I've been eating here. I'll be happy to get back to some English food. Well, you're not going anywhere just yet, Price. This murder investigation is still active and you're still a suspect. Well, Hacienda Del Rey may not have told us more about El Rey, but we still got some new leads for our investigation into the Sombra agent's murder. I would say that the best one has to be that astronomer who's really MI6, Jorge Pricio, or George Price, or whatever his real name is. Matthew, you have to go get Lars. He's gone completely mental. Oh no. Is he okay? What's happening? He's gone to arrest Asal. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to stop Lars in Chapter 3. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Chapter 3 of Total Eclipse of the Heart. Well, Hacienda Del Rey may not have told us more about El Rey, but we still got some new leads for our investigation into the Sombra agent's murder. I would say that the best one has to be that astronomer who's really MI6, Jorge Pricio, or George Price, or whatever his real name is. Matthew, you have to go get Lars. He's gone completely mental. Oh no. Is he okay? What's happening? He's gone to Machu Picchu to arrest Asal. What? That's crazy. Matthew, we better go stop him before this gets out of hand. Oh gosh. Admit it, Asal. I know you're up here causing problems with the Bureau. Lars, I know your wife betrayed the Bureau, but you're jumping at shadows here. What do you know about Angela? Were you two in cahoots? You're really working for Sombra, aren't you? What? How could you even suggest that? Hey! Friends, buddies, chill out. No one needs to get hurt here. You should say that to your buddy here. He pulled his gun on me first. Of course I did. How could anyone trust you? You're probably thinking you can get Jack back under your spell to do your bidding. Well, I won't let that happen. Lars, Jack and I are over. Finished. Kaput. I am here on business. Mossad business. Well, your target is dead. Job well done. You can leave now. You guys really think I was sent here to assassinate Zoila Huanca, don't you? If the shoe fits, you're right-handed just like the killer. That's it. I'm leaving. I don't have to listen to this. Lars, what were you thinking? She could have killed you. Whatever, dude. I'm just trying to protect you. See you back at headquarters. Sorry, Matthew. Not sure what got into him. We really need to wrap this case up before anyone gets hurt. Let's take a closer look at Machu Picchu for clues. At this point, Asal is in the clear for now. She only fits one criteria, that's why. Okay, let's see here. I think I see at least 2 clues here. Pan flute. There you are. Feather. Ninth. what have you found, Matthew? Anything we can use to catch the killer? A pan flute? Oh, I see. There's a tag on it. It says, for Zwyla. But what is that dried stuff on it? Collecting a sample would be a good idea. I agree. That basket could definitely be hiding something. Dig in. And is that a camera in the belly of that little statue? You're right, Matthew. You'll need to unlock it to make sure. We've got to keep digging, Matthew. I have a feeling that solving this case will show us Sombra's next move. Okay. VU7 386. RQD. You unlocked the spy camera. I have my ideas about who it belongs to, but Elliot can tell us for sure. Let's rush it over to him. Okay, 9 hours. I can get the results tomorrow. Take the basket. Chiffon doll. Alright, so there was a doll in that basket, but what does that have to do with our investigation? Yes, I can see it has braids, like the victim, and the same hat, and there's even the same beauty mark above the lip. Matthew, this is a doll version of the victim. Thanks to the tag, we do know that it's another one of Amaru Condor's creations. I thought he didn't know the victim well. I agree, let's go grill him. About the doll? What does Amaru have to say? Amaru Condor, Marshal Matthew found another one of your designs at Machu Picchu. A doll that's dressed exactly like Zwyla Huanca. Oh, that. It's just for tourists. They're fascinated by all the fake ancient stuff. Some of them want burial dolls, like the Incas had for their tombs. Excuse me? Did you say burial dolls? You made a burial doll that looks exactly like the murder victim? Nope, that's not weird at all. Well, I drew inspiration from her, of course. I had to dress the doll in something, but it wasn't like I was planning on putting her in a tomb with it. This murder is killing my business. The tourists have all been warned away. Why would I do anything that would kill my livelihood? Like we say here, Meipi Kolke Kashan, Shepi Songo Kashan. The heart loves to be where the money is. An impassioned argument, Mr. Condor, but the evidence will show us the way. If it shines a light on you, you won't escape Marshal Matthew. And we have one more thing to do. Let's do it now. You got a good sample of that dried up stuff on the pan flute? I just hope Lars has calmed down enough to analyze it. That's 9 hours also. Alright, I'll get both results and we'll see you when this is done. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the hidden camera now. Well, Matthew, you were right about this little statue being a spy cam. There are plenty of surveillance photos of the victim. What's more, the camera belongs to Asal. She took a few test selfies. Well, I thought as much. She loves to hide cameras in unlikely places. Exactly. This really pushes her to the top of the suspect list, and we know that she's very good at just up and disappearing. Tell me about it. That's why I think you should find a way to put this monitoring chip somewhere on her when you interrogate her. The chip will help me follow her movements, and that could help us know more of what she might be up to. Fair enough, Matthew. She was keeping tabs on the victim. We can keep tabs on us all. Now we better go see what she has to say for herself.
He died in surgery.
Asal, Matthew found your little spy cam. That's kind of your trademark, isn't it? That and killing people. I have nothing to hide. You already know that my assignment was to keep an eye on how Kwanzaa. At least Mossad knew more about her than the Bureau. You guys are still playing catch-up. And I'm not surprised. With all your internal problems, I mean, your coroner was a Sombra mole. How did you guys not catch that? Oh, and you're trying to say that Mossad knew before we did? Spare me. Let me teach you a little local saying. Alinta Uyarita Yashaspaka Alintatakmi Yachanki. If you listen and pay attention, you might learn something. Boy, that's a mouthful. Cute. You've gone naive. Well, I can bite into a ricotta chili raw. You know how tough I am. I do, but I remember how to make you melt. Oh gosh. What do you think you're doing? Whoa. Wow, I shouldn't have done that. Not sure what I was thinking. You weren't, as usual. Well, don't think for a second that this slip-up makes us any less suspicious of you, Asal. Matthew has a sharp eye on you. Matthew, can we keep me kissing Asal to ourselves? I just couldn't think of any other way to get the monitoring chip on her. Let's just hope the darn chip stays in place, and that Lars never hears about this. You saw how he went ballistic before. Hey there, Matthew. Look, I'm sorry for freaking out the way I did earlier. It was unprofessional and dangerous. But for the record, I still think Asal is bad news. Duly noted. So what was the sample Matthew collected from the pan flute? Oh, that sample was monkey excrement. We touched monkey poo? Dude, no way. Sorry, Matthew, I guess you're right. Whoever wanted to give that pan flute to the victim spends enough time with a monkey to end up with a monkey poop all over the place. Well, we do know someone who literally has a monkey on his back. Why would Claudio Aguirre give the victim a pan flute covered with monkey business? Was it an accident or on purpose? We'd better go ask him.
Let's be clear about this. You testified that
Mr. Aguirre, Marshal Matthew found the pan flute that you wanted to give to the victim. Was the monkey poop part of the present, or... The flute was a present. You see, I was going to ask Zwyla out on a date. The dinner I made was such a failure. I didn't want to leave it at that. Then of course that stupid monkey had to go and redecorate my gift. Maybe that's why she turned me down. And when she turned you down, you got upset. Is that it? You had to take revenge? What? No. You know what they say. Kwaya kuka, kwaika, yashe pakmi, mana yashas paka, usichi wakmi. If you don't know how to love, you will lose your love. I guess I should never have hoped to win her heart, and now I have lost her forever. It reminds me of an old Incan song. No need to illustrate your point, Mr. Aguirre. Just know that you'll be singing the blues if Marshal Matthew discovered you killed Zwyla Juanca. He's in the clear.
Your Honor, at this time I'd like to introduce into evidence an article from the December 1992 issue.
Is it me, or did that Claudio Aguirre guy gesture with his right hand a lot? We should definitely make note of that. Make a note of that.
Dr. Martin, would you please read the first highlight?
Now he's in the running. I feel like we're still a bit lost. You're right, Matthew. This all goes back to Sombra, ultimately. The victim worked for Sombra, and we know she was staying at a home that could very well have been El Rey's. We've got to get back to the hacienda. There could be clues that lead us straight to the killer.
Are necessary to protect society from these
Who wrote that?
Moment, folks.
Honestly, just like everyone, I think, should learn
All right.
and taking these tests. In this time,
Let's investigate the living room now.
someplace else and make it to a whole nother place I didn't think about.
Order your kit today at 23andme.com.
Some things are just better in pairs. Why should your undergarments be any different? Introducing Adore Me, a new lingerie brand for everybody. Sold in
All right.
matching sets from petite to plus. Visit AdoreMe.com to get your first set for only $24.95.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we wanted to know why our students chose us.
Is it private university?
Can already see a clue.
It's a nonprofit, it's affordable, and they want me to come here because they want to better me.
Find your program today at snhu.edu. Spend your buck on a burger from Burger Place. Or spend your
Broken wood.
Burrito Place. Burger Place. Or Burrito Place. Burger.
Velvet line case.
Real breakfast burrito. Taco Bell's Dollar Morning Value Menu.
Oh. Owl and towels.
But in trust
Okay then.
in the largest heart failure study ever, Entresto helped more people stay alive
Here we are.
out of the hospital than a leading heart failure medicine.
So did Hacienda Del Rey hold any more secrets? You found a bunch of broken wood? If we're lucky, these chunks of wood will help crack this case. Piece it together. And the hollow in this case is shaped exactly like our murder weapon. It must have been used to carry it. That weird greasy stuff on the velvet doesn't look like it belongs there. You should get a sample, Matthew, but hurry.
Ask your heart doctor about Entresto and help make tomorrow possible.
It's the book lady. They even have medication for constipation, diarrhea, gas, or bloating. She has
Help defend against those digestive issues. Take Phillips Golden Health Probiotic Capsule with 3 types of good bacteria.
There we are.
Phillips, be good to your guts.
So you piece together the broken wood chunks. No wonder that target fell apart. Looks like someone used it 24 hours a day. You're right. The marks in the target are about the same size as the blade of the Toomey. I bet the killer used the target to practice. But what are these weird pinkish stains all around the sides? We better get this target to Lars.
every inch of you. Warm inside. Feel earthy.
15 hours?
Feel plain. SC Johnson.
You think you have?
Smart Dr. Brown's original state identified his son's body. Our experience is unusual.
Right next to each other. Looks like you got a good sample of the greasy stuff from the velvet lining of that case. Let's get it to Lars on the double.
Detective Stabler, you just testified that Dr. Morin was in control of his emotions throughout the investigation. So, would it be fair to say that he acted more like
9 hours, and I'll see you guys when these two are done. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get, greasy substance. Bro, please tell me you know what the greasy stuff Matthew sent you was. It came from the case that held the murder weapon. No worries, bro. I know what the sample is. The substance was made of bacitractin zinc, neomycin sulfate, and polymycin B sulfate. So what is all this zinky sulfatey stuff for? To clean the weapon? Hardly. The substance is a topical ointment used to heal surface wounds like scratches and prevent the appearance of scarring. So you're saying that the killer has scratches somewhere visible enough that they want to reduce scarring? Well, once Matthew catches them, they'll be marked for life. And let's go ahead and speed up the target. Matthew, I've got good news about that target you sent me, but I'll let Grace speak first. Your instinct was correct as usual, Matthew. The angle of entry for the marks left in the target matched the angle of entry of your victim's wound. The killer definitely used this target to practice throwing the Toomey. And the pink stains around the sides are crushed cochineal. It's an insect used to make pink to red dyes for fibers and food coloring. The stains are finger-shaped, which means your killer got it on their hands, and most probably on their clothes. They probably got the cochineal stains all over the target when they were trying to destroy the proof of their practice. Well, the killer didn't count on Matthew coming along to put it all together, did they? They should know that some stains never come out. So, Matthew, it looks like we have all we need to arrest Zwyla Huanca's killer. Let's go take them down. It's not a Saul. It is not Jorge Precio. It is not Amaru Condor. It is not Solstice Spirit. It is Claudio Aguirre. Claudio Aguirre, you are under arrest for the murder of Zwyla Huanca. How could you ever think such a thing? I loved her. You've got a funny way of showing it. We found the target on which you practice your throwing. It's stained with squished cochineal bugs, just like your poncho. These bugs are everywhere in Peru. There are whole farms for them. Please, we can prove you threw that Toomey at the victim, just from the angle at which it hit her. A Toomey? Where on earth did I get an ancient artifact like that? From the case at which you left the ointment for all the scratches you have. Enough! Listen to me very carefully. I did kill Zwyla Huanca. She was in my way. In your way to do what? To do what? Mutiny, of course. I came here to exact the wrath of God on Zwyla Huanca and Sombra. Wait a minute. You know about Sombra? I used to work for them, but no more. I work for no one. Sombra's ideas are not the way forward, but my ideas are. Those fools, they recruited me, but little did they know I am the supreme conquistador. I will take over the world. Maybe you should just take a chill pill, Mr. Wrath of God. My will makes the earth tremble. My thoughts make birds fall from the sky. I alone will remove man's order and replace it with my own laws. I've heard enough of your nonsense. Your will involves killing Zwyla Huanca, so you're under arrest and you're coming with us. Claudio Aguirre, you stand before this court accused of the murder of Zwyla Huanca. It says here that you threw a Toomey into her chest during a solar eclipse. I am the wrath of God. I will rule the world. Nope, that's not going to happen. While your crime is technically astounding, it remains morally reprehensible. This court hereby sentences you to 50 years in prison. Welcome to the wrath of jail, Mr. Aguirre. But you cannot do that. I am the supreme conquistador. Yeah, boo-hoo. Wow, Matthew. Claudio Aguirre seemed a little kooky during this investigation, but his plan to rule the earth was something else. To think he worked for Sombra, though I doubt they expected him to kill another agent. And we still don't really know anything about this infamous El Rey, and I very much doubt a crackpot like Claudio ever met with the Sombra leader. I really felt like we were getting closer when we came to Peru, but... Matthew, I picked up a signal from the monitoring ship you placed on Asal. Oh boy. And we will begin Birth of Evil 4-6, but first a look at the other ones. No stains on Asal. No scratches on Jorge. Maru Condor cleared from the start, as was Solstice Spirit. I'll see you guys for the Birth of Evil 4-6. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Birth of Evil 4-6. Matthew, when we came here to talk to the Somber agent, I really thought we were getting closer to El Rey, but now... Matthew, I've picked up a signal from the monitoring ship you placed on Asal. I tracked her movement to the airport, so I assumed she left the country, but Asal's back. The signal is coming from the bus stop near Machu Picchu. Why is she still nosing around Peru? Zoila Huanca's dead, and Asal was clear to leave. Matthew, she must be up to something. I'm going to head over to the bus stop on the double and try to track her down. See you there. Oh, hi Matthew, didn't see you there. Maybe the timing isn't right, but I need some perspective. I'm going up to get a little mountain air. Would you mind meeting me at Machu Picchu? I'd like to have a friend nearby to share the view. Sure. Gonna take the bus first. Bus crime scene. Okay. Oh, necklace. $12. Cool. So, Matthew, have you found anything that could prove Asal is around here somewhere? Oh man, I recognize that necklace. I gave it to Asal after we rode those yaks in Mongolia. See where I scratched our initials on it? Into it? I can't believe she kept it all this time, Matthew. I hope Asal doesn't still have feelings for me. Nah, you're right. Leaving this here is probably just another one of her manipulative ploys. What are my manipulative ploys to achieve what exactly? I don't know, Asal. You tell us. Why is she still in Peru? I don't know what game you're playing, Asal, but you have no reason to be in Peru anymore. Neither do you. Besides, my mission has changed. I have been commanded to hunt down El Rey. El Rey? How do you know that name? I read it in your files, of course. Jack, a llama could hack into your phone. So you think you're going to find El Rey before the Bureau does? I'll bet anything you want that we'll find him first. Oh, please. I could find El Rey blindfolded. In fact, Marshal Matthew, I feel so confident about this, I'll place my bet right now. Matthew, I don't know what to say. I don't know how Asal could have hacked into my phone. I'm going to burn the thing the minute we get back to headquarters. But if she thinks that she'll get to El Rey before we do, then she's got another thing coming. Besides, we have an ace up our sleeve, Matthew. We know about Hacienda del Rey, and Asal doesn't. Let's get over there and dig deeper.
Special
Dated document.
Why wouldn't my mother's purse be there?
No reason at all. Except your driver's license.
Key? Right? So was there anything that we missed on our earlier visits? We need something that could let us keep the upper hands on us all. Looks like a letter. Wait, it dates from 1957 and it's addressed to El Rey. This could be just a clue we need. I'll grab your Justin kit so you can get to the bottom of this.
Finished reading this down at the beach house. So I drove down there to get it. Yes, that's right. I stayed a few minutes. He was alive when I left.
And you just forgot to let your purse behind.
Why are you asking her all these questions? Can't you see how upset she is?
You're right. I'm sorry, Jenny. You take her home.
I appreciate you letting me take him around.
Aha! But it ain't in English. Darn it! The letter to El Rey was written in Spanish.
But you found
Of course, Matthew. DuPont will know. Let's get this letter to him.
I suppose you probably noticed that the fireplace.
Okay, 9 hours. Now, let's investigate Machu Picchu.
I can't believe you told the police you actually went to the beach house and confronted Clark without me being there. Paul Stratton's friend, Marco. Paul knows very well that he shouldn't question you without your attorney present. What else did you
Target,
know?
snake,
What I didn't mention is that when I got there,
Flag Garland.
And you didn't know he'd be there? No, you told me he was going to the stage.
anyway, there's a fire. Accused me of spying. Hit me. But after talking with you yesterday, I told him I wasn't going to take that anymore. I told him I was going to call the police.
And did you?
He laughed. He didn't phone out of three, actually. Ran out of there.
And that's why you left your purse.
And my car keys were.
I can't believe this.
And drove back here.
Marshal Matthew, thanks for joining me. Isn't this a gorgeous view? Oh, you found a locked box. Okay.
I don't think that's good enough.
We're first scenic view later. Unlock away.
A stronger plea would be self-defense. We're going to use the best self-defense. Now, you struck him, but only in self-defense. After he beat you and threatened to kill you, you'll develop the history of his abusive behavior. No woman on
Okay.
earth.
Locked box now.
I'm not sure.
Let's
You're going to get
get it open.
forget all the rules of criminal stuff. Clark was not guilty. They won't convict you of felony arms.
8U6P LNS2. Oh, just got the 9 in time.
It's Paul Stratton.
So you found a bunch of rags in that locked box. Great. That's just great. By all means, show me your sewing skills to piece those rags together. Who knows, it could be something really important.
I'm representing the search, if that's what you mean.
Hey, I'm known to work miracles.
I have to ask you some questions, Jenny. I've got big problems with Clark's death concerning you.
I'm not going to let Jimmy make any statements, incriminating or otherwise. If you want to make a formal charge, go right ahead. If not, we have nothing to say.
That's how you might
An Olympic t-shirt.
really sorry.
This t-shirt says Team Luzagwe for the Olympics. Luzagwe, like the country Sambra took over? Could such a small country without a government, no less, really go to the Olympics? And you're right, Matthew. If Sambra had a hand in building this team, this does not bode well for the Olympics. Well spotted. The tag on the t-shirt bears one of your former suspects' names. We better have a little chat with Mr. Condor. Lead the way, Matthew.
Vitamins and natural fruit flavor. They're bursting with an amazing new taste. Losing weight never tasted so great.
Got the Team Luzaguay t-shirt?
I got a new dishwasher and they recommend Finish. Really? You should try it.
Amaru Condor, we found your little t-shirt project. So you're supporting Team Luzaguay for the upcoming Olympics in Brazil? You bet. They're going to win every medal, and I'll be the first to have Team Luzaguay t-shirts for sale. I'll make a killing. What makes you so sure that Luzaguay is going to sweep the Olympic Games? They came out of nowhere. They're the outsiders, but I hear they are amazing, like athletic machines. I'm going to get distribution in Brazil to sell the shirts wherever I can, and I'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Well, no one can knock your optimism, Mr. Condor. Good luck. That's very kind. I'll return kindness with kindness. Here's a keepsake for your time in Peru, Marshal Matthew.
The greatest thing about having your own skincare line is that it gets to evolve with you. Meaningful Beauty really was born from this relationship that I had with Dr. Sabal and the treatments that he was giving me.
And I'll let the letter run its course, and I'll see you all day.
The idea was how do we
Alright, folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the letter.
He just joined.
Mes amis, this letter to El Rey was quite the find. First, Hacienda del Rey was definitely a place where El Rey spent some time in the 1950s. Second, the letter was from an admirer of El Rey. And third, the writer says that El Rey was going to take them from the shadows and into the light. From the shadows into the light? Is that supposed to be some kind of code or something? Think of it, Mr. Archer. If the strain isn't too terrible for you, he speaks of shadows. One word for shadow in Spanish is sombra. Sombra? Maybe that's where the organization got its name. I suspect it is. What this letter makes clear is that, at first at least, Sombra seems to have been an intellectual venture, more about ideas than action. The man who wrote this letter expressed absolute faith in El Rey's ideas, believing them to be noble and aimed at the betterment of humanity. Well, they had some pretty weird ideas about how to better humanity. I can't quite believe Sombra started as some kind of philosophy circle, Matthew. I wonder what prompted them to start taking action. Hey, I almost forgot. Let's go see what Asal has managed to find out. I bet it's not as good as our intel. Moment. Okay. Let's check on Asal's progress. So, Asal, find out any good stuff about El Rey? I found a few things, certainly more than you did. Oh, really? I bet you didn't find Hacienda del Rey. Oops. Thank you so much for that little morsel, Jack. I knew you wouldn't be able to stop yourself from gloating. You're so sneaky, I can't stand it. Lars was right about you. You may not be with Sombra, but you definitely cannot be trusted. Oh, poor baby, you look so out of sorts. Maybe you need a little pick-me-up. I just can't get over how she plays me every single time. I'll catch up with you later, Matthew. I need some growth time with Lars. So, Marshal Matthew, what have you got for me? Are we any closer to catching El Rey? Matthew found a letter that shows El Rey started Sombra as some kind of philosophy club to talk about his ideas. And he's been putting his ideas into action for a while now. Have we found any indications as to Sombra's next steps? We discovered that Luzaguay will be sending a team to the Olympic Games in Brazil. Luzaguay? If Sombra is behind that team the way that they were behind that government, the Olympics are not safe. We can't take any chances, Matthew. Matthew, pack your bags. We're going to Brazil for the Olympics. Well, it just finished, actually, in real life. But that's good. That's where the Motocross of Nations was held back in 1999. That's a motorcycle race that's held annually. The only thing that changes is the venue. But we'll hold here, folks, because there's one more thing I have to do. But first, let's take a look. It's going to be in Brazil, September 1st. Okay, I will, so hold tight, folks. Okay, I just finished up another case in collection mode. It was in Pacific Bay, case 20. So that would explain the pause. So I have 19 to open. Only 4 new stickers. Trying to get some stickers in Pacific Bay. But I will say this though, the next Elite Mode case I do will be in Grimsboro. And these are the ones from Pacific Bay. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get a lot of stickers, maybe no repeats from the Pacific Bay side. But I will show the stickers I get from collection mode. But once again, all collection mode cases will be filmed off camera. And I will try not to use the energy I have in this inventory. Maybe use it from alternate sources like my 2 tablets that I own. Am I going to be purchasing any stickers? Once in a while, but certainly not every day. I don't care what district I'm in. And there's Russell. There were some repeats in this one. Final sticker pack. And 3 new ones. Okay, that will do. Why don't we take a look? Barbara Pickley. Erica Mabeo. So again, I will still be doing cases in Elite Mode, I just don't know which ones. All of that is yet to be determined. Colonel Spangler, Case 44. Moment, folks. Okay. Had to take care of something real quick, but I've done so. Alright, that will do. Taking a look at the World Edition stickers that I got. Doing pretty well though. Alright, I'll see you guys for the next time.